A self-help/success book summary guide to Chapter 1. Self-help/success book summaries 1. A book review of the science of likability, charm, wit, humor, and the 16 studies that show you how to master them by Patrick King, 2015. There are 2 books. One was published in 2015, then the title changed slightly when it was reissued in 2017. thepowermoves.com/the-science-of-likability. goodreads.com/book/show/260288884-the-science-of-likability. goodreads.com/n/book/show/355633126. patrickkingconsulting.com. blog.greglow.com/2019/05/31/book-review-the-science-of-dwj-DWJ2 youtube.com/watch?v=dwj2ijc60pu. If you need a book on how to be likable, you were probably an introverted loner raised by reptilians. Did you ever read the Bible? I had it drilled into me, especially the 10 Commandments. I was raised in a family of 6 kids in a family meat business surrounded by the East European immigrant community in Canada with the Catholic Church and friends and colleagues everywhere all the time. I had no choice but to get along. It was a part of life, necessary for survival. I was constantly surrounded by people, no time to sit back and think if I was unlikable. There was no room for nonconformity or sulking. I did what I was told and went with the gang, including our summer cottage, which was the scene of big summer parties back in the 1960s. There must have been 100 people on some of them weekend afternoons. We had no choice to not be likable. Everybody was together. We had to get along. Simply be good, friendly, and nice, but don't be a doormat. You don't need a book for that. At the other end, don't be a narcissistic loudmouth asshole, stealing stuff for yourself, not sharing, or being a loudmouth arrogant bully. Just be a solid part of the gang. When I go to sleep, I often turn a talk YouTube channel on and let it run for several days before I get bored of it, then turn to another one. As I was writing this article, I happened to be listening to the YouTube channel called Let's Read. If you take the time to listen to 100 or more of the stories, you see a pattern emerging. Guys approaching girls in public thinking the girl wants to be hit on with cheap compliments, way overstepping the boundaries of normal decent courtesy. A lot of girls liked me all through school because I was a nice guy. I never tried to be creepy or flirty. If you're out in public, you intuitively know if someone likes you. If you don't see obvious signs of attraction, be superficially pleasant, then mind your own business. The Let's Read channel is all about creepy guys everywhere who have what the system would call autism, if you believe in that mental illness category stuff, which I don't. Autism is people who supposedly don't recognize emotional cues from other people. Maybe it's the fault of TV and movies for encouraging guys to be callous macho pigs. The movies praise the loud arrogant guy. The cool guy in sitcoms is the loud arrogant punk. In real life, most people don't want to deal with strangers much. All women are afraid of men because a man can choke them and kill them in about a minute. I'm still the polite kid I was at 12 years old. I learned a long time ago that everyone has a huge ego. They don't want their illusions disturbed or shattered, which is why I am simply always superficially nice, never controversial. I'm the exact opposite of trying to be likable. I'm happy alone. I'm polite around people. That's it. I don't need a deep conversation with anybody because I know it's all bullshit. That's what 60 years of life experience has taught me. The science of likability supposedly explains 27 principles of likability, each from a social science study, but taken all together, the count for a rat's ass because life is holistic. You deal with the situation right now. You don't have time to refer to a list of disparate one-liners. Here are the insights. Determine people's mood. Ask for a favor. The law of social exchange, reciprocity. Eliminate inequalities among friends. Act as a close friend. Get your foot in the door and then start high in your requests if selling. Trust is in the number of exposures. Show vulnerability. Make yourself fun. Avoid being too polite, it's brown nosing. When you need to win a group over, focus on the leader. In the end, the biggest rule is don't try too hard. Don't be desperate. Be real. Act like someone can trust you. Be yourself. Enjoy your life. If someone really likes you, fine, but most people, from my own experience, are too self-absorbed to care much either way. They're either there at work, school, or because they're lonely. This is not the basis of deep friendship. When I worked at the Village Gate Bar, the regulars were all sitting there at the bar every night, but they weren't close bosom buddies. Your true friends are kindred spirits, people who think and act like you. How many kindred spirits can you have in a selfish capitalist world based on ego? Don't consciously try to be likable. Focus on you, the pure consciousness that is you. Live by it. It's what God gave you. It's always right. My Philosophy for Successful Living by Jim Rohn, 2012. SamuelThomasDavies.com/book-summary/self-philosophy-for-successful-living. The book is 66 pages long. People will give you money only if you're useful to them. Formal education might get you a job. Self-education will get you where you want. Solve your problems through your own efforts. Don't blame others for whatever is ailing you. Solve it yourself. If you work hard on your job, you make a living. If you work hard to succeed, you can make a fortune. You attract success when people think you're an asset to them. Cool people constantly strive to improve themselves. Achieving wealth and greatness comes from helping others. You can find good people, but you have to seriously look for them. Reward people for small steps of progress. Give others recognition so you don't need it for yourself. Become a skilled communicator. Have more than one skill and more than one language. Profits are better than wages. Learn the fundamentals or the foundation of a given job or task. Write out your goals for the present and the future. Help others. If you're lonely, help others. Summary of the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, 1997. selfdevelopmentsecrets.com/rich-dad-poor-dad-summary. richdad.com. en.wikipedia.org/wiki/rich_dad_poor_dad. goodreads.com/book/show/6957one.rich_dad_poor_dad. samuelthomasdavies.com/book-summary/business/rich-dad-poor-dad. wikisummaries.org/wiki/rich_dad, Robert Kiyosaki has some free articles. richdad.com/resources/articles dated from 2013 and before. There is richdadeducation.com where his people sell education for stock and real estate success. These are live events. Robert Kiyosaki doesn't attend. He's got a YouTube channel at youtube.com/richdadeducation with short older videos on it. He's current at facebook.com/Robert Kiyosaki. Listen for free at richdad.com/radio. Twitter at The Real Kiyosaki. Instagram at The Real Kiyosaki. The book is about either working for others, Poor Dad. Working for yourself, Rich Dad. His idea is that you can get a job, pay your bills, have some disposable income and work every day, or you can work for a while to get started, save some money and make it work for you, as in stock or mutual fund investing, real estate investing, investing in a business, starting a business. Here are his ideas from the book. Learn about money or financial literacy. I say go to number 332 at the library. Make some money, then have it work for you, usually in stocks, real estate, precious metals investing. Start a business or invest in a business. Understand money. Realize where you're spending money. Save it. Just because you're making good money as a doctor, lawyer, etc., don't not pay attention to it. Know your debts, your budget, etc. He says invest in something. The rich are able to avoid lots of taxes through corporations. Kiyosaki tells people to be bold, but the average working person or family first of all doesn't have much disposable income, and secondly I don't trust any investment bullshit out there. I've seen it all go up and down. They're all dreamers, living for a day when they think they will be rich. Life is right now, what you do. The way I invested was I went through at least 20 money magazines and newsletters to find what they said were the best stocks, and I lost money. Very few people except for insiders know the future. Very few people predicted the meteoric rise of Microsoft, Apple, Google, Amazon, etc. Money in your hand is worth way more than investing it and losing it. Chapter 1, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Chapter 2, The Rich Don't Work for Money. Chapter 3, Why Teach Financial Literacy. Chapter 4, Mind Your Own Business. Chapter 5, The History of Taxes and the Power of Corporations. Chapter 6, The Rich Invent Money. Chapter 7, Work to Learn, Don't Work for Money. Chapter 8, Overcoming Obstacles. Chapter 9, Getting Started. Chapter 10, Still Want More? Here are some to-dos. I say learn about money, save it, don't trust any investment anywhere by anyone. Watch American Greed. There are free episodes at swatchseries.to. A summary of the book Charisma on Command by Charlie Haupert, 2014. thepowermoves.com/charisma-on-command-review. Charisma is another word for cool. Is this good or bad? I don't like vain, narcissistic, arrogant people. I don't like egotistical people that think they're superior to everyone. Western capitalism seems to worship these qualities, as with the culture of celebrity, the pop culture realm, and even business CEOs constantly on Bloomberg and MSNBC TV's the celebrities for that demographic. Personally, I, the guy writing this article, think that anyone who purposely tries to get attention from others, as in being the cool one in the bunch for the sake of being admired for some other reason, is a goof that I don't want to have much to do with. I stick by Christian principles. Work hard to help people. Don't focus on trying to be the coolest motherfucker in the bunch. If you've got magnetic qualities naturally, good for you. You always end up alone at the end of the night. Why bother acting like a phony boob to get attention? To me, you do not actively strive to be charismatic because it's fake. Be who you are. That's all you need. If you probe the people that seem to be the life of the party or always perky, you'll see that it's a facade. Nobody can live like their finger is stuck in an electrical outlet all the time. Here's what Charlie says about charisma. Charisma can be learned. Simply constantly think to yourself, I'm the cutest, most creative, beautiful specimen of humanity that ever lived, and if you don't like it, fuck you with your inferior bullshit. The key elements of charisma are: the belief that life is fine, everything will be great. High energy. Uplifting. Looking good, looking marvelous. Believe that you can do it, and even if you fail, you will be fine. Give it your best shot with full conviction. I'm always okay. I care about me, not other people's opinions. Think I have impeccable integrity even if I don't. Don't try to convince others to follow you. Just live your life. This book reminds me of Machiavelli's The Prince. Be fake to assume a leadership position. It's kind of like all these people calling themselves social media influencers. They're all a bunch of nerds by virtue of having the arrogance to go online acting as self-proclaimed cool people. In reality, a charismatic person is a loner because most people are mundane. I started breaking from the pack at about 13 years old when I wanted to lift weights, do long bike rides, etc. My friends didn't care about stuff like that. I did them on my own and it's been the same ever since. Nobody comes with me when I go for my long swims and walks. I don't give a crap. I'm living my life doing what I want. That's what charisma is, do what you want as long as you're not breaking laws. Screw everyone else with their bullshit. Truly cool people don't give a shit about the opinions of others, good or bad. Truly cool people don't give a crap about any so-called in crowd. Everybody is a loner going through life. Here is Charlie's action plan. Foundations. Eye contact, soft gaze on both eyes. Smiling. Storytelling. Voice. Dress. Be animated. Have fun. Touch. Positivity. Genuine compliments. No filler words. Get loud. Be relaxed. Make others look good. Posture. Slow your speaking. Day 27, Energy. Charisma is comfort with oneself. Charlie misses the point of life, which is to be yourself. Screw everyone else with their bullshit. Charlie says talk with a loud voice and be high energy. That would not go over with my church group or with my friends who are all over 55. We've all been through the stupidity, narcissism, and arrogance of youth. If you come onto me with airs, I don't need your bullshit. To me, there are no saints. No one impresses me. If you can't talk to me straight without ego, fuck you. Watch your cat. Be like him or her. He doesn't give a shit about the assholes around him. He does his own thing. There is all this bustle about mastering social skills. Why? Why bother trying to talk to a bunch of mundane, insecure, brainwashed people all trying to act cool as defined by the mass media? A summary of The Prince by Niccolo Machiavelli, 16th century. thepowermoves.com/the-prince-by-Niccolo-Machiavelli. As I started reading The Prince at 17 years old living at a military college, I started laughing to myself because I had just gone through the rude awakening of seeing that I was surrounded by a bunch of selfish, arrogant, competitive, backstabbing guys, contrary to my naive belief before I got there that people were basically good and out for the common good. Machiavelli was an honest genius to write this book in an archaic time without mass media or a lot of influences around. He was able to take one set of people, observe them, then tell the truth about what they are really like away from the bullshit and the glitter. I went to a Canadian military college called College Militaire Royal de Saint-Jean, which was supposed to make us officers and gentlemen. In truth, most of the guys in there were backstabbing scumbags, but everything was about show. We put the uniform on, we went out and did our parades and stuff, and people thought we were great and the college was great, but it was really like William Golding's novel Lord of the Flies and Machiavelli's The Prince. Take a bunch of insecure teenage guys, put them all together without girls around, and start brainwashing them about being leaders. I got sucked into going there by friends of my father. I stayed because at that point in my life, I was a brainwashed capitalist hook success, so failure or quitting was not an option. I stayed and learned the truth about the human race at a young age. I was brought up a Catholic, learning the Old Testament about how evil human beings are. Then I had liberal teachers who taught me kumbaya, we are the world, it's a small world after all. Then I went to military college and realized that 50% of the people there were evil scumbags, about 40% were mundane guys going along with the system, and less than 10% were decent guys that tried to keep a hold of their humanity and individual identities no matter what. Almost everybody is scheming to get ahead. They will lie to you and backstab you while pretending to be your friend. The reason evil works is because the good people rarely unite to talk about the evil people and decide to get rid of them. Everyone is a bit of a scumbag scheming for themselves. I think I'm a decent guy, but I remember scheming for my advantage back in the day. Everybody in the workplace or theater of operation is a loner scheming for themselves. Because of this fact, the master evil guys can get away with a lot because they're playing everybody as loners, saying the right thing to everyone alone. They get caught when several people come together and realize they're all being played, but this does not happen much because we live in a wimp culture. People are afraid to speak up and say this guy over here is a totally evil scumbag, so this evil guy gets away with a lot. How did Bill Clinton, a serial rapist, become an American president? I saw him deny, which was all a lie because he later confessed. He's the classic pair tins. He even studied his body language. I had read books on body language and watched him consciously do the preening gesture with his hands, which supposedly signifies confidence and superiority. It's when you tap the fingers of both hands together. The Prince is an honest book about what many people are like, mainly the people who want power, fame, and money. The world is ruled by evil people. Paul even said that in his letter to the Ephesians in the Bible, that the world is ruled by an evil empire. I say don't be naive. If you're a good person, don't pick a field made for sharks like politics or business. I was taught that evil runs the world in my catechism classes at 6 years old. People have to be out for themselves because of this capitalist culture we live in. It's geared for making money and hoarding it. Look at the so-called reality TV shows, especially the competition ones like CBS's Survivor. This show rewards evil behavior. I'm steeped in Christianity. I know the difference between good and evil, but many people think being evil is good if it gets you something. There is one statement that wraps it up. What good does it do if you gain the world and lose your soul? In John Bunyan's Visions of Heaven and Hell, the angel said it's amazing how many men sacrifice their lives fighting for a bit of property on earth. If you're a good person, be a teacher or something like that. Avoid a workplace where everybody is gossiping and constantly being evaluated. When I left the military, I was pretty well jaded for life. I made a few attempts to trust people in my 20s, but by about 35, I was done with the human race. Now I'm a superficially pleasant guy, but I don't want to get anywhere past that with anyone because I think most humans are miserable creatures beneath their facades. I love animals and have deep, intimate relationships with them. Machiavelli was a true genius of courage to come out and say people are evil scumbags. That's the way it is. If you want to play that game, here's what to do. It's a great book, but it's best if you live it. Go where there are a bunch of young men or women all living together, trying to prove themselves in a merit system where everyone is ranked. There are bullies everywhere. In Tom Brown's School Days, the older guy bullied the younger guys. This is the real world. If you don't want it, get a job away from competition and people. A summary of the book The 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene, 2010. thepowermoves.com/48-laws-of-power-summary. This is a practical guide for acquiring power through good and evil means. Here are the 48 laws. Never outshine the master. Don't put too much trust in friends. Use your enemies. Conceal your intentions. Always say less than necessary. Protect your reputation at all costs. Court attention at all costs. Get others to do the work. Take the credit. Make people come to you. Win through actions, not argument. Don't get infected by misery and misfortune. Make yourself indispensable. Disarm people with strategic honesty. Generosity. Get help by appealing to self-interest, not goodness. Be a spy. Gather intelligence. Crush your enemy totally. Raise your value through absence. Scarcity. Keep others in suspense by being unpredictable. Don't isolate yourself behind a fortress. Know who you're dealing with. Maintain your independence as long as possible. Make your victims feel smarter than you. Use surrender as a tool. Concentrate your forces. Be a masterful courtier. Create your own identity. Don't dirty your hands. Create a cult-like following. Act with boldness. Plan till the end. Make your achievements seem effortless. Control the options. Play to people's fantasies. Find your opponent's fatal weakness. Act in the way you want to be treated. Master the art of timing. Ignore what you can't have. Dazzle people with spectacles. Hide your unorthodox thinking. Stir up waters to catch the fish. Beware the free lunch. Don't get lost in a great man's shadow. Strike the shepherd to scatter the sheep. Win both hearts and minds. Unbalance. Confuse with the mirror effect. Advocate change but not drastic reforms. Don't seem too perfect. Don't push too far in victory. Be formless. This book is a modern version of The Prince. The message is to be as evil and cunning as you want while pretending to be goody two-shoes. If you're a genuinely decent guy or gal, don't go into fields made up of ruthless, egomaniac, competitive guys. You can't fight evil with goodness in a capitalist theater. When you're with a loved person, love will win, but in the stock market, in banking, in politics, or in the military, evil people win because the game is to get the most power and money, period, no love or peace involved. You decide if you want to sell your soul, which is the inherent goodness and beauty inside of you, for the world's stuff. My attitude is that I am my soul, which is my true nature. I live to release that energy. Nothing out in the world means that much to me. I could care less what people think of me because I think most people are mundane, brainwashed wimps anyway. My purpose is to release what God gave me. The book says tiptoe around the feelings of others, meaning suck up to them. Pretend to be their friend. I say that people hate people who seem happy being themselves. If you're truly happy, other people will hate you. There is no sense trying to be friendly to disgusting, negative people. That's why I don't understand those TV reality housewives shows. Why do those women constantly go back to be around people that obviously hate them? I guess their desire to be on TV trumps all. I don't agree with books that preach on immorality and evilness as positive attributes. I'll stick with Christian values. This book is another example of George Orwell's world in the novel 1984, when he said everything was upside down, good is bad and bad is good. Chapter 2. Self-help/success book summaries 2. A summary of the book: 50 Scientifically Proven Ways to Be Persuasive by Noah J. Goldstein, Steve J. Martin, Robert Cialdini, 2008. thepowermoves.com/yes-50-scientifically-proven-ways-to-be-persuasive. My immediate impression is, why would I want to influence and persuade others? I just want to be myself. That's supposed to be the purpose of life. Be who I was born to be by nature. My Christian upbringing told me to be a good, kind guy. Don't be a weasel trying to sleaze people. Don't be a money-hungry jerk trying to get what I can for myself, even if it means hurting people. Be a straight-up, honest person who others feel they can trust. Is this what life has degenerated to? Sell your soul, be an asshole, make some money, but so what if you have a conscience? You feel terrible. This book tries to take the soft sell approach, unlike Machiavelli's The Prince, which is straight-up backstabbing. Within materialism and capitalism, people are always influencing and persuading others to get them to work hard, make money and sell stuff. So for all you people in the Matrix, this book is about how to be a subtle weasel, get what you want while pretending to be a good guy. Manipulate people in a subtle, sensitive way. I know what the book says without reading it. I bet it says be a nice guy most of the time to suggest with praise rather than order, but if you get a tough guy or bitch, show them the stick, who's boss. I say be yourself. Don't think enough to manipulate someone. Just be decent. Here's what the book says. Give the impression of high demand. Be a chameleon. Act like who you're with. Show positive behavior, not negative. Provide fewer choices. Too many options slow people down. State the value of free products. Place an expensive option for contrast, like funeral home. People often show an expensive casket, a middle one and a cheap one, intending you to buy the middle one. Use love, not fear. Make people feel special. If someone says I already did that, say okay, do this. If you do a favor, ask a favor back in a short time. Don't wait. Get a small commitment first, get your foot in the door. The self-fulfilling prophecy is me telling you that you're a champion and you acting like one. This is how to get some workers to do things for you. Give constant feedback when trying to get someone to do something, praise or criticism. Let people help you if they want. It gives them a bond. Credentials matter, but don't toot your own horn. Have someone else say good things about you. Hang credentials on the wall. Reject people with respect. When you have a positive and also a negative, present both sides. Take the blame to show responsibility. Mirror. Act like who you're with. Make your product/information feel exclusive. Keep everything simple. Give a head start. Make people feel good about themselves. Mirrors in a store reduce shoplifting. Target your message to the group. Don't make people feel wrong. Don't negotiate when you're tired. Build relationships before business. Make friends. A summary of the book Get Anyone to Do Anything by Dr. David J. Lieberman, 2010. thepowermoves.com/get-anyone-to-do-anything. To get someone to forgive you, apologize and admit you were wrong. The core is getting someone to like you. Here are the laws of likability according to the book. Law of association: whatever people feel around you, you feel too. Law of repeat exposure: the more you hang with someone, the more they like you, provided you're not a jackass up front. Law of reciprocal affection: return love, respect, and affection. Law of similarity: be like the people you're with to get them to like you more. Law of appearances: we like people who look like us, talk like us, act like us. Law of favors: people like people they do a favor for, but often people don't like people who do favors for them because they feel indebted to them. Law of self-deprecation: we like people who act human and make mistakes, but we don't like vain people. Law of positivity: we like positive people. Be a leader. Start doing things. Expect others to follow. Law of expectation: expect people to do good things. Don't ask someone to do a big job, ask them to do a smaller job, then add to it. Make it look like you're sacrificing something, like say I'll cancel my doctor's appointment to stay here and help you do this task. When you mess up, show people it was out of your control, then add that you tried to fix it. Make a sincere apology. Take full responsibility. By showing remorse, you give power back by giving to the other person. Blame it on fear and your weakness as a human being. When someone is being rude, don't explode in anger. Don't say you're hurting me. Use the word you to call him a jerk to make sure he knows he's the bad one in the situation. Try saying something that's passive-aggressive, like, "You seem to be having a rough day. You seem upset." Offer suggestions rather than outright criticism. Avoid high-ego people because they can't be trained. Be specific in exactly what task you want done. As far as looking for love goes, here are Lieberman's suggestions. Do arousing activities on dates that release adrenaline, like hiking, boating, skydiving, etc. Act as young as possible. Look into his or her eyes. Hold eye contact. Look for low self-esteem people to date. People who hesitate before answering a question are probably lying, according to Lieberman. Summary of the book Crushing It: How Great Entrepreneurs Build Their Business by Gary Vaynerchuk. book-success.com/crushing-it-Gary-Vaynerchuk. Use social media liberally, like Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, Pinterest. Speak your truth. Create a personal brand. Use these qualities: intent, authenticity, passion, patience, speed, work, attention. Put out great consistent content on several social media channels. Document your life. Let people discover who you truly are. Share your world. Create a Facebook business or fan page. Use relevant hashtags. Make a list of hashtags relevant to your niche. Use them on the platforms to promote your content. Look for collaborations, groups, and partnerships. Direct message people through social media. Give them something useful in return for their attention or money. Consider these platforms: Musical.ly, entertainment; Snapchat, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, Facebook Live, Instagram, podcasts. Voice first. A summary of the book The Art of Exceptional Living by Jim Rohn. Books PDF for free.com/the-art-of-exceptional-living-PDF-download. Live life according to your own rules. Ideas can be life-changing. Sometimes all you need is a good idea to get you going. Be thankful for what you already have. Don't be a follower, be a learner. At the end of every situation, do what you think is right. Everything is basic. Happiness often comes from positive activity. Happiness is the joy of discovery plus the joy of knowing. Happiness is a result of living a full life. Practice the art of living well. Discipline is the connection between thought and accomplishment. Success is a journey and a destination. Create a simple personal philosophy. Failure is a way to learn what doesn't work. Happiness is not an accident. It's living by good ideas. Failure is a way to learn. Successful people analyze their experiences all the time. They're open to learning new things. Keeping a journal is a way to write your ideas down. Take full responsibility for your life. Success is something you become. Be excited about your life. Take care of yourself. Learn as you go along. Discipline comes from motivation. Help others. What you do with your money reflects your character. Have positive friends. Speak with a good command of the language. Have a positive attitude. Be disciplined. Have well-defined goals. The greatest value is what you become. Set worthy goals, not easy ones. Welcome all experiences. It's life. Life is a fight or a love affair. Fight for what you want. A summary of the book You Can If You Think You Can by Norman Vincent Peale, 1992. selfdevelopmentsecrets.com/you-can-if-you-think-you-summary. kirkusreviews.com/book-reviews/norman-vincent-peale-4/you-can-if- You think. goodreads.com/book/show/98588one.you_can_if_you_think_you_see. In goodreads.com/book/show/26798719-you-can-if-you-think-you-can. This is a book of success stories of some people. Use your inner power to overcome obstacles. Overcome just about anything with persistent mind power, which is consistent discipline. Never quit. When in difficulty, find different ways to approach a problem. Struggle makes a person strong. Relax to face your problems with a sober mind. Release the tension in your mind. Think peaceful thoughts. Self-motivation is love of life. Believe in yourself. Personally, I think this book is meaningless softball motivational garbage because he says to change your thoughts to be more positive. I say all you can do in life is to become your natural self. Don't bother with the bullshit of positive talk. Simply discover your true self, then live by it by releasing the natural energy within yourself all the time to feel good about yourself. Don't bother with this artificial positive thinking junk because it does not address the heart of the issue, which is to be yourself. Screw the world with its artificial values. Why fear life? Simply follow what you feel you should do next. Free your mind and keep it strong on who you are. Here are some of Peele's one-liners. Ease up. Have a sense of humor. Be happy. Face struggles when they come. Do what makes you happy. Chapter 3. Self-help/success book summaries 3. A summary of the book The 80/20th Principle and 92 Other Power Laws of Nature, The Science of Success by Richard Koch. book-success.com/the-8020-hyphen-power-laws-of-nature-Richard-Koch. Mr. Koch says he provides the secrets to the interaction between scientific laws and business success. Part 1 is about biological laws. Part 2 is about physical laws. Part 3 is about nonlinear or power laws. Biological laws say we're selfish. Go for greed. Get what you can. Hoard it. It's natural according to nature. Trust your intuition about who to trust. I say trust no one when it comes to money. Physical laws say something still stays still, an object in motion stays in motion. Be a doer. With the law of relativity or the 80/20th principle, devote your time to the important stuff. With black holes, avoid negative, destructive situations like putting good money into something after you've already lost a lot of money. Always have a plan C. Do not put all your eggs in one basket in any part of life. Avoid taking risks when things are going badly. Cut your losses or accept the situation. Learn from mistakes. Every action creates an equal, opposite effect on everything. Plan ahead for the reaction. When there is mass market demand for a product, there will be a demand for an opposite product. The market can be unpredictable. Just focus on what adds value to your business. Keep it simple. The world is in a state of flux. Find opportunities. Plan for the unexpected. Be ready for hard times all the time. When luck shines, don't congratulate yourself too much. It's often just luck, not true talent. There aren't many truly unique champions in anything. Be on the lookout for unlikely business opportunities. Watch out for black holes, which is fighting a tough competitor. Don't destroy your business over it. Achieve more with less by focusing only on the relevant stuff. Minimize the small stuff by owning less. Acquire less. Have fewer products, customers, suppliers, employees. A summary of the book No Excuses, The Power of Self-Discipline by Brian Tracy. book-success.com/no-excuses-the-of-power-self-discipline-Brian-Track. Why? The key according to Tracy is procrastination or excuses. Losers make excuses, winners are active. I have a different take on this idea of self-discipline. It's love life. I do positive things because I want to, because I get joy, a good feeling, and make money from doing them. That's about it. Tracy and all other self-help gurus can harp on all they want about setting goals, going to bed early, but it's all artificial junk. Discover your natural identity, the person you were born to be, then that's your lifelong project, being that person, doing things to be that person. Tracy makes the following points. The more you work at something, the better you feel about yourself. Winners work and think for the long term. Create good habits. Everything is hard before it's easy. Goethe. Good habits are learnable. Define success. Decide exactly what you want in life. How hard are you willing to work for it? Do it. Pick your field, then master it. Continuously keep learning from other successful people. Create a high standard for yourself in your field. The person you are today is the sum total of everything you have done up until now. You are constantly creating yourself or stagnating yourself. Choose positive, productive lifestyle. You respect yourself when you live like a champion. Others will respect you. You are. Your values, ideals, goals, aspirations. Your idea of the best you can be. The way you see yourself. See yourself as positive, truthful, and noble, a valuable, important, optimistic person. The more you like yourself, the more you like life and the more other people like you. Don't compromise your values. Discipline yourself to constantly work towards your success, your health, and your emotions. Never complain. Never blame others. Set specific goals and work on them. Don't get sidetracked by distractions. Don't get tired then revert back to cocaine and sleeping all day. Goals are not wishful thinking. They are concrete things you work towards. If you're lazy, you will not achieve what you want. The method for achieving your goals. Decide on what you want. Write it down. Set a deadline. Make a list of what you must do. Determine the obstacles. Work on it. Get help if you need to. Constantly take action. Strive for excellence because that's who you are, a cut above the plebeians you're surrounded by. You are the personification of human excellence. You are a money-earning machine. Continuously work on yourself every day. Almost every skill is learnable. You can learn anything you need to achieve any goal you want. Constantly practice. Constantly learn. Follow the leaders in your field. Read about your field. Listen to educational YouTube or other videos. Attend courses and speeches. Don't waste time on frivolous things. Courage is controlling fear to do uncomfortable things in order to be successful. Walk your talk. Be active to be successful. Fake it until you make it. Feel strong and advance. Have the patience to stay the course when the going gets tough. Persistence is constant action towards your goals in the face of all hardships. Be optimistic. Look for good things in every situation. Seek the lesson in every difficulty. It doesn't matter how many times you get knocked down. It matters that you keep getting up. Set priorities. Work on the important things. The Pareto principle, 80% of your profit comes from 20% of your tasks. Identify those tasks and do them well. Identify the 3 most important activities in your work. Focus on them. Try to avoid time-wasting activities. A leader has a clear vision and constantly works on it. A good leader is a role model. Constantly think of ways to sell more than test them out. Everything is about sales. Constantly seek new people and ways to sell. Don't waste money. Put it back into the business or save it. Spend most time on important work. Solve problems as they come up. Happiness is a byproduct of being active, enjoying life. The ingredients of happiness according to Brian Tracy are health, energy, happy relationships, meaningful work, financial independence, becoming a champion of life. Health habits are: eat regularly, eat lightly, don't snack, exercise regularly, wear a seat belt, don't smoke, drink alcohol in moderation. Proper diet. Diet based on lean proteins, fruits, vegetables. Water. Good rest. Positive attitude. Little sugar and salt. Eliminate white flour products. In the end, have a peaceful mind. A summary of the book The 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership by John C. Maxwell. book-success.com/the-21-irrefutable-laws-of-leadership. Leadership is basic. People follow someone they respect regardless of technology or culture. Leadership is universal. The Discovery Channel once had a TV show about athletes going to third world type nations and competing in the supposed events that the locals did along with them. It was clear that the people around the world immediately respected the big muscular guy when they first saw him, but the smaller guys were able to excel quickly at some of the events, garnishing immediate respect from the locals. One event was a bunch of cows lined up side by side. You had to jump on the first cow's back, then keep jumping on cow backs to the end. An interviewer asked the locals questions. They knew what courage and strength were. When they saw some of those guys bravely get on the cows and do it without hesitation, they applauded them. I don't think leadership is stupid fearlessness. It's intelligence mixed in with the X factor, which is this courage, willpower, inspiration, joy thing that is different from being a manager. I went through Fox, Canadian Forces Officer Candidate School. They tried to teach us everything which amounted to management and leadership. Some people can try to act like leaders, but people intuitively evaluate others up front. The pasty-faced chubby guy with glasses is never going to be given high respect as a leader. At the same time, the good-looking lean athletic guy is perceived as a leader even if he's a wimp. I saw one of these guys on John Taffer's show Bar Rescue. The guy looked like a leader, but he was a wimp. I think there is too much emphasis on teaching leadership. Don't consciously try to be a leader. Just do the job. Don't overlead with stupid motivational meetings. When necessary, say we have to do this now, let's do it. If you can do it or don't want to, get lost. When I went to leadership school, it was painful to see young insecure guys in artificial settings try to act like leaders. We're all human beings. In the real world, you talk to your sergeant and privates like human beings if you're any good. You don't stand there like an asshole demanding respect. Here's what Mr. Maxwell says about leadership. Your ability as a leader is reflected in how you look and manage your own life on the job. A God leader does his own job well. All successful leaders create a positive change. Managers just do the job, leaders do cool things. A real leader starts good habits in teenagehood. He or she works to be a hard-working, moral, intelligent person. Becoming a leader anywhere is a process of learning the job day by day. A great leader has a long-term visionary plan. A leader commands respect. People listen and defer because they're afraid of losing their jobs. I don't believe in the WW2 BS about the great respect MacArthur and Patton had, although Patton was a man of moral convictions, which is probably why he was killed. People don't think he died in a car accident. Patton knew things about the war which people were afraid he would go public with, namely that it wasn't about good versus evil, it was about getting world power. People trust a good leader who has made good decisions over time, like a guy who has been running a company for many years. When I was in the military, some guy in a staff car stopped me and my buddy and made us salute the car. I didn't like him. I liked higher UPS who were friendly to me, treated me like a human being. People talk amongst themselves. You're a good leader if the gang is saying you're a good person amongst themselves. A good leader has an emotional connection to the workers. A good leader has a strong inner circle of good leaders. Good leaders help others get ahead. Good leaders want win-win for all. Successful leaders focus on the important stuff. Leaders work hard and sweat. They have sacrificed something to get to their position. This is why in privately owned companies, the boss starts his son working the low jobs during his summer vacations. If a company is simply given to a spoiled kid, the workers will not like him unless they see him sweat, stay late, work hard. I intuitively knew that Mr. Maxwell would not mention what is arguably the biggest trait of leadership and success, which is psychopathy, to have an evil nature, to not care about anything but your own power and money, which ultimately translates into power and money for one's cohorts. A summary of the book Be Obsessed or Be Average by Grant Cardone. book-success.com/be-obsessed-or-be-average-Grant-Cardone. Mr. Cardone says you have to become obsessed. I say, where's the quality of life day after day? What about doing what you want for the joy of it, both hedonistic and inspired? What about doing what you feel naturally given by God? Without reading the book, I know Cardone says be a tough, disciplined guy or gal. Get up at 5 in the morning, go for that walk, get to the job early, leave last, etc. To me, this is all following the artificial values of the world. I'm 60 years old. I'm still doing the same things I did at 17. I'm happy. Where is this big place called success all the self-help success boobs talk about? My life is lived in my head and through what I do. Grant says define dreams so intensely that they give you the urge and energy to build the life you dream of. Here are some of his 25 golden nuggets. Becoming successful is not easy, especially at first. Work hard always. That's the big rule. No excuses. Strive to be a positive force for change and love. Eliminate naysayers and gloomers. No part-time or half-assed obsession. Full blast, babes. Write goals daily for staying focused. As you grow, so should goals. Set high goals, semi-unrealistic. Write your future then achieve it. Learn from successful people either through books, conversations, etc. Think big. Surround yourself with success obsession. Anything worthwhile is worth doing every day. Anything not worth doing is never worth doing. Leave haters talk. They are promoting you. No domination without discipline. Consistent discipline leads to monumental success. Don't waste time on the small tasks. Focus big. Prepare for adversity. Take smart risks. Great people never rest on their laurels. Complacency kills the spirit. Fear is good. Analyze it to figure out why you are scared. Overcome fear through action. Most people know about pop culture than about their job or field. Strive to do great things. You attract people like you. Be persistent and enduring. Be totally obsessed. My final thought is what a dull way to live, obsessed with ideas of success you got brainwashed by from capitalist land. All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. Do what you enjoy that earns money. A summary of the book No Ego, How Leaders Can Cut the Cost of Workplace Drama and Entitlement and Drive Big Results by Cy Wakeman. book-success.com/no-ego-cy-Wakeman. Cy Wakeman says that organizations lose big money because of ego-driven emotional waste. He defines emotional waste as drama. Spending time trying look like a big shot rather than working. Frivolous talk. HR initiatives. Learning and development programs. He says bypass ego, get to work, stay working on useful activities. Don't be a politically correct, softball leader. Be straight. Say I reward hard work period. Don't coddle people. Say either get to work or leave. Don't waste time talking to people who come to you claiming they have some mental health work issue problem. Fire those people. Hire only people who come to work and not to gossip. Help people become good independent workers who solve their own work problems. Help people take responsibility for their jobs and solve whatever issues come up. Focus on accountability. Make work jobs where the employee does not do much and knows it leads to a sense of entitlement. The employee will surf the internet, steal, slack off, sleep, etc. This behavior could affect other workers who follow. Without accountability, the workers will play and steal. Factors of accountability are commitment, resilience, ownership of consequences, continuous learning. Be real with people. Business readiness is being real. Tell them how the company is doing, what you need workers to do, etc. Challenge workers to answer the call to greatness. Chapter 4. Self-help/success book summaries 4. A summary of the book Anything You Want by Derek Sivers, 2015. For menutebooks.com/anything-you-want-summary. paulminers.com/blog/anything-want-derek-sivers-book-summary-pdf. Sivers.org. thepowermoves.com/anything-you-want. It's a short book at 88 pages. Build a business based on who you are rather than being a cookie-cutter, traditional company. Be a hard-working tough guy with a peaceful way about yourself. The book has 40 gems of advice. He says, create ideas and think about them until you think up the sure thing. Start without loans or VC money. Work hard. Find a few partners or workers who share your vision. If you have good people, you can leave them alone to improve the business in their own way. Keep your idea simple. Cater to a specific audience. You can't please everyone. Business is personal. Self-awareness for a good business life. Benefit your customers. You don't need to change the world. Just help. A summary of the book As a Man Thinketh by James Allen, 1903. For me nutebooks.com/as-a-man-thinketh-summary. As a Man Thinketh is an early self-help book. It's really an essay about 50 pages long, written long before the massive swell of psychobabble garbage hit the mainstream mindset, so it's purer than most stuff you might see out there, which is virtually all polluted by the idea of making it, being successful, in a capitalist world around other people in their eyes, rather than saying screw you, you bunch of brainwashed cretins, I know my own pure thoughts, I live by them, I will earn my money from them and not sell my soul to the world. This book was created around the same time as Wallace Wattles' The Science of Getting Rich. You might want to read that book for its simple purity. Harness the power of your thoughts. Create a positive, successful attitude. Your actions come from your thoughts. You shape the world just as it shapes you. Thoughts determine your spirit, young and cool or old and cynical. You're the sum of your thoughts, which lead to actions or inaction. Thinking or not thinking lead to action or inaction, which are your spirit. Your spirit is what you think and do all the time. Confidence is living by spirit, actively making your thoughts actions. Stop negative thoughts. Control your mind to control your life. Everything is cause and effect. You create the effects on you. Playing the victim is easy. You can blame the outside world for misery or strive to live a good life. Your thoughts by themselves influence health. Dr. Day at drdi.com said anger is the biggest cause of illness. Thinking positively keeps you young. A summary of the book Be Fearless, 5 Principles for a Life of Breakthroughs and Purpose by Gene Case, 2019. For me nutebooks.com/be-fearless-summary. Radical changes are better than small changes. Be bold with new ideas. Take the initiative to make them happen. Brave people dare to try to solve big problems. She says be daring, but doesn't talk much about the fact that being daring is risky because you risk your reputation, your money, and other people's money. Innovators have these common traits. Go out of their comfort zone. Fearless. Take risks. Work hard. Learn from mistakes. Persistence. Keep trying. Greatness doesn't come from comfort. In the book, she talks about the courage JFK had when promising to go to the moon. Looking back on it, I personally think the moon landings were a fraud. This book was written by somebody who worked for a non-profit organization, National Geographic. Although it puts out a magazine, it calls itself a non-profit society, was probably paid very well and stinks of delusional arrogance. I bet she never risked anything, just other people's money in this NGO she worked for. In daily work life, most things are routine. There is a job to do. That's it. There are no real frontiers unless you want to do some hard physical activity. She sounds like a cheerleader for the world's explorers and inventors who supposedly did things out of courageous inspiration, but in reality, they were mostly desperate people looking to make money. She brings up several stories of supposed innovators but neglects to say that everyone's story is whitewashed garbage. The truth is not so noble. She keeps saying get out of your comfort zone. I don't like stupid flowery live life to the max books written by softball, delusional people who probably never had any real hardship in life. What about intensity for the love of it, like people who do hard physical things on a regular basis because it makes them feel exhilarated? Ms. Case implies that she's a superior human being imparting her wisdom on the plebeies, pretending that she wakes every day with an electric prod deeply shoved up her asshole, making her always super perky for life. I wake up every day feeling normal to mundane. I start to earn feelings of well-being after I do some hard physical activity. I don't like these lying people pretending they're so up on life naturally. It takes effort to release what's in your spirit to feel good all the time. It's easy to sit back, get high and sleep all day. It's nice to speak nobly when you're in a comfortable house getting a good paycheck from a nonprofit that specializes in escapism. I don't believe anybody's life story or biography in the mainstream media. They try to sound so noble and idealistic. Very few people do anything for any other reason than self-interest, which is usually money, sex, stuff, or power. Books like this are dangerous because young and otherwise naive people might read them and end up doing things that end badly. Life starts with making money for yourself. When you get financially independent, you can start doing free, wild things. Until then, the economy is not that good that you should throw caution to the wind and do stupid things in the name of courage. What do you tell a kid in a small town? Should you take a welding course and work at the local factory or pursue your dream to create free energy for everybody? The entire world is controlled. Many inventors have been killed if their invention threatens some of the current big industries. The term broken dreams represents the life of almost everybody. There is a real world and a fantasy world. I hate books written by naive people pretending they know something real about hardship, willpower and human strength. This is why I don't watch TED Talks. It's a big, polished, sanitized bunch of bullshit. What is there so brave and big to be done? Virtually everybody is selfish. All them NGOs and activist organizations are staffed by failed movie stars and pop stars who now have little kingdoms for their egos. I was involved with activists and NGOs at one time in my life. It didn't take me long to realize it's a delusional section of society made up of a bunch of middle to upper class lonely, egomaniac people looking for fame, status, friendship, ego boosts, etc. The amount of good most of them do is minor next to what they get out of it. It's selfishness masquerading as goodness. Try to change the system in any way at all, then you'll see that the evil empire that runs everything assassinated JFK and Milk in broad daylight and have made yes-men chumps out of every president since then. What are you going to do that's so big and brave except for going for a long run, walk, swim or bike every day and taking care of your health and wellness? The world is just the constant selling of product. That's it. Everything else is the bullshit they pacify stupid people with. What is there that's great to do? Many world champion athletes are either or both egomaniacs and on steroids. The cult of celebrity is media manufactured lies. The best I can do is try to live good life for myself, love a few animals and insulate myself from the evil all around me within the human race. Is there one politician anywhere that's not out to get what they can? They gave the Nobel Peace Prize to Barack Obama, a guy who said he was good at killing with drones. The world is upside down. These stupid idealistic lying self-help books don't help anything. A summary of the book Benjamin Franklin, An American Life by Walter Isaacson, 2003. For me.ebooks.com/Benjamin-Franklin-An-American-Life-Summary. Benjamin Franklin, An American Life, a biography of claiming his greatness, which I see as the patriotic crap I was taught in school. How often did he have sexual fantasies that he masturbated to? To me, everyone is selfish at a primal level. I think at least half of all heroic biographies are total garbage. Isaacson says Ben was a great businessman, writer, founder of the United States, discovered electricity. How about pervert and alcoholic? Benjamin Franklin liked to learn. So do I. I do it because I'm smart enough to know it keeps me young and inspired, not because I want to help the human race, which I have contempt for. Why would I want to help a greedy, selfish human race? I write these books for me as a way to release my natural energy, just like Ben. Ben and all enlightened people like Tesla or Da Vinci did what they did because it was the natural energy inside of themselves. They did not do these things particularly to help people, because all enlightened people realize that the human race as a collective is evil and flawed. No matter how much you help them, they will always be a bunch of ungrateful, evil bastards and bitches. He wanted to improve his personality, an admirable idea, but you are what you are by nature. Other people don't care much except for what you can do for them. He wanted to write, so he created a pseudonym, Mrs. Silence Doggood. Good. It was a way to release his natural energy. That's how you stay loose, releasing your natural energy. This particular book is very G-rated whitewash. It doesn't talk about Ben in the woods masturbating on a summer's day. A summary of the book Born to Run, A Hidden Tribe, Super Athletes, and the Greatest Race the World Has Never Seen by Christopher McDougall. chrismcdougall.com/born-to-run. formenutebooks.com/born-to-run- summary. Born to Run is not a traditional success self-help book. It's about the joy of doing something physically hard that most people find painful, which is long-distance running. He neglects to say one thing, which is that people age and cannot run anymore. I used to be a long-distance runner. I read the 1969 book Running for Your Life by Bill Emerton. I tracked his life to the point where he couldn't run anymore and started long-distance walking. Running is great, but a lot of people cannot do it because of aging, because they're overweight, or because they do not have strong bodies. I believe that with about 1 or 2 weeks of training to build up to it, most people can walk several hours most days of the week. Christopher McDougall talks about how great running makes him feel. I think constant physical motion is great, but at the same time there is a thing called oxidative stress. Many long-distance runners wear their bodies out, which wears out their immune systems, and they die before their time, like Greta Waitz and other runners from that generation. This book is a throwback to the 1980s bodybuilding, weightlifting, triathlon and CrossFit movements, where extremism was thought to be good, but it's not. The best athletes work out for a while, feel good, then knock it off before they go extreme, so they can do it again tomorrow in moderation. Extreme athleticism destroys the body and the immune system. It creates toxic free radicals in the body. Chapter 5. Self-help/success book summaries 5. A summary of the book Confessions of an Advertising Man by David Ogilvy, 1963. Goodreads.com/book/show/44895. Confessions_of_an_advertising_man. en.wikipedia.org/wiki/confessions_of_an_advertising_man. formenutebooks.com/confessions-of-an-advertising-man-summary. This book is supposedly a homage to honesty, hard work, and ethical behavior in the advertising industry, but personally I'm not materialistic. I don't buy many things. Virtually all ads are annoying. They are pollution. They are evil in the sense that they try to get people to buy things they don't need. Advertising has created a worldwide culture of materialism. I watch TV and YouTube videos worldwide, from almost every country. They show the same materialistic culture and the same ads everywhere. It's a virus on the free human mind. That's how I see advertising. It's useful when they advertise a good deal, but ultimately there are no good deals. You're going to end up paying money. A lot of it is a psychological ploy to make you think like you're getting a good deal to buy some crap you don't need. David Ogilvy fancies himself an artist, a philosopher, and a good ethical man. According to the book, he says be good, be creative, help the consumer, add value to his or her life. The book doesn't make sense to me because it supposedly promotes honesty, ethics, and hard work as the philosophy for advertising and marketing people, but all advertising is an intrusive invasion of a person's mind. Like I said, I'm not materialistic, so all advertising is a waste of my time. Here is what the book says. Only market things you think are good and worthy. Advertising is for selling, not to entertain. Use facts, mystique, charisma, and the latest research to create effective advertisements. Don't try for a quick fix. It could backfire because customers are not stupid. They might resent an ad's insult to their intelligence. David Ogilvy believed in soft advertisements, delivering facts, not lying. Stand behind the product. Feel good about it. David said he only accepted accounts that he believed in. I don't believe that. It's about making money. You serve an advertiser you don't believe in for a good chunk of money. Nobody is a saint, especially in the fickle competitive advertising industry. I'm not jaded. I don't like anyone's bullshit. When I see the Coke commercial with people singing about peace and harmony, I'm thinking low-life bastards, trying to equate the selling of sugar water with world peace. Sell with creativity and goodness, not creativity and punkiness or sarcasm. Who many TV commercials use the white guy as the buffoon? I rarely watch live TV anymore. I watch on-demand TV shows with no commercials. I have about 6 ad blocks on one browser. I use the other browser only if I have to avoid ad block detection software. I'm just saying what I think of advertising. If I want something, I know where to look for it. I don't need ads. Ogilvy says use facts, creativity and scientific research to create advertisements. Give people the facts even if they're common. Use intriguing images. Integrate research results into your ads. Use pictures and images. A summary of the book Leaders Eat Last, Why Some Teams Pull Together and Others Don't by Simon Sinek, 2014. simonsinek.com/product/leaders-eat-last. meaningfulhq.com/leaders-eat-last.html. The main message is that as the leader, you should know everything that's going on and take responsibility for all of it, not like all them guys on the TV show American Greed who said they didn't know what their partners and underlings were doing. Know your people, understand them, try to help them be better people. Trust people who earn it. Cultivate an inner circle that you trust. You're only as good as the few people you trust. You as the leader cultivate a safe atmosphere where workers feel relaxed and not tense so they can do good work without being stressed. Treat your workers with respect. See it from the point of view of the others. They need this job. Make them feel good, not scared or hopeless. Give workers some independence. Lack of control equals stress. A good work environment creates productive workers. Leadership is a balanced mix of selfish desires and love for your workers. Make your workers feel good so they're more likely to give you what you want from them. Offer job security guarantees if you can. Good leaders get good work out of their employees. Lead for the long term. Lead for win-win. It should not be about short-term profits but the long-term viability of the company. Cooperation. Collaboration. Creativity. A summary of the book The Talent Code by Dan Coyle. danielcoyle.com/the-talent-code. meaningfulhq.com/the-talent-code.html. Greatness isn't born. You create it through what you do, or you're average by doing average stuff, or you're a loser by being a couch potato. That's it. Get up off your ass almost every day and do something productive or live a less than great life. Strengthen your brain, body, and spirit by being active. Weaken them by doing not much of anything useful. Think up positive things you want to do in order to live a better life, then do them. Chapter 6. Creativity Ideas from Books About Creativity. A summary of the book Creativity Incorporated, Overcoming the Unseen Forces That Stand in the Way of True Inspiration by Ed Catmull, 2014. goodreads.com/book/show/180777903. creativityinc.book.com. formenutebooks.com/creativity-inc-summary. Creativity Incorporated is a how-to manual for inspiring employees, managers, and bosses, supposedly by revealing hidden forces that distract people. First of all, creativity is common. You need creativity every day for how to get somewhere, what to buy, what to eat, what to do, etc. Secondly, I believe the promise of money and promotions are the greatest motivators. Thirdly, life is common and routine. You get hired to do any job. The people already there have been there anywhere from a year to 30 years longer than you. Do you think if there had been any good ideas to discover, they would have discovered them? Even if you have a good idea, You're bruising their ego if you suggest it. People don't want change, they want you to shut up and do your job, especially if it's a government job with a guaranteed paycheck no matter what. Why change if there is no incentive to? It's just more hard work. I'm cynical about books on creativity because creativity is not a mysterious thing. Occasionally, if you're thinking about something, your brain will mill it over in a process some people call incubation, then seemingly out of the blue, the creative solution will appear in your mind. People make a big deal about this. It's a part of normal life. Creativity Incorporated. Offer ideas for business creativity like: have a creative team. Be open enough to allow people to suggest ideas. Encourage employees to personalize their workspaces. Try to avoid people being scared to suggest stuff lest it be shot down. Have an anonymous suggestion box. Hire inspired people, but don't let them be free, because inspired creative people can be wacky with their ideas and other people's money. Give them a direction, a project. Don't blame individuals. Blame the entire team for failures. Give people time to do creative things. If you want results too fast, the best ideas might not come to light. Bosses should make the creative people safe in suggesting ideas. Culture a relaxed workplace which encourages creativity. Let people bring pets to work. Have childcare services at work. Let people work according to their own style. Give people time and personal projects like assemble several people and say, do this. Show me what you come up with. Love what you do. A summary of the book Strategic Procrastination, How the World's Most Original People Get Things Done by Adam Grant. meaningfulhq.com/strategic-procrastination.html. shortform.com/summary/originals-summary-Adam-Grant. The book's lesson is the same as the lesson from Aesop's fable about the rabbit and the tortoise. Move fast, make a mad dash, then sit around wasting time while the tortoise slowly but surely gains on you and passes. The lesson is to slow down, think things through before you rush in to do a job. Put things off so you can think about them as you go along. Consider writing anything like a project idea. Every time you leave it for a while then come back later, you will always revise something. Write a proposal then go back every few days for a week or two. That's strategic procrastination. Make gradual progress by refining different possibilities. A summary of the book The Artist's Way, summary by Julia Cameron, 1992. goodreads.com/book/show/61557.the_artist_s_way. selfdevelopmentsecrets.com/the-artist's-way-summary. A book that's too new agey and trendy for average people who have to work to pay bills and raise children. It's nice to think romantically about life, but you cannot insulate yourself from problems and tragedy everywhere. According to Guy McPherson, the human race will be extinct soon. I consider myself a bohemian, but I keep it to myself. I don't dance around in public, start singing spontaneously, or say stupid things like "what a glorious day" to a homeless person. Creativity is something you either naturally feel in a strong way or you don't. The real artists do what they want even if they have to live in poverty for it, because of the feeling they get out of purging the energy. It's simply an overwhelming desire to release the natural energy inside of you. I know I'm not like at least 95% of all people. I simply want or need to purge the energy I feel inside of me all the time, and it's not all noble, wholesome energy. I'm horny all the time. I don't let stress or life beat me down so much that I'm not releasing my sexual energy. Most average people don't care much except to find a job that earns decent money. Cameron offers a 12-week journey to find your creative self. Find your spiritual electricity, aka your true nature, then live by it. Don't let fear stop you. Be a free spirit and venture anywhere you want. The basic tools are: work on your craft no matter how bad you are at it. Let your inner creative child be wild and free. Week 1, approach your creativity without fear. Week 2, define who you are in your pure essence. Week 3, work on natural inspiration, be spiritually open. Ness. Week 4, introspection and self-awareness. Week 5, a sense of possibility to can achieve your maximum potential. Week 6, law of attraction, good intentions will bring you money and luxury. Week 7, connect with your personal dreams. Get back to your interests by connect with your inner self. Week 8, take criticism positively. Be strong in your creative beliefs. Week 9, be strong emotionally. Don't be scared. Be inspired. Week 10, creativity is spiritual. Let God's energy flow through you. Don't lose your passion for money or fame. Week 11, accept yourself as an artist. Know that you're only as good as you are today, right now. Keep growing as an artist. Week 12, believe in yourself as a worthy artist. Keep an artist's diary of how you think about, feel and approach your work. Do what you love doing. Awaken the artist in you. A summary of the book Big Magic, Creative Living Beyond Fear by Elizabeth Gilbert, 2015. goodreads.com/book/show/24453082. elizabethgilbert.com/book/big-magic. selfdevelopmentsecrets.com/big-magic-summary. Elizabeth Gilbert describes creativity as a spiritual religious thing. It's not really. It's just a love of work or what you do. It's not really deep. Michelangelo loved to carve stone while eating cheap bread and drinking cheap wine. I've done a lot of drugs and stuff doing my vision quests. In the end, the message is you think you're a good person, well then do something with it. Get to work. Stop sitting on your ass thinking thoughts that yield nothing useful. Creativity is not deep and profound. I have hundreds of fantasies and ideas when I go for a long walk or swim. So what? It's just entertainment. It's nothing profound. Jacques Fresco imagined beautiful cities without money in his Venus project, then spent 40 or so years going around preaching about it, but it's never gonna happen until humans are genetically re-engineered, because we're all greedy and selfish and live in a world of money. If you do a good deed, somebody will either punish you for it or come back for more free stuff because they think you're a weak wimp. Do what you love that's positive and productive. Creative living stems from creative thinking. Creativity is a state of being for all life, not just the fine arts. Creativity is the release of natural inspiration. When you think up ideas, write them down. In truth, everyone is creative. Almost everything you do is creative, like the many possible ways to get somewhere, counting change, deciding what to eat, what to entertain yourself with, etc. You have got natural abilities in your soul. Have the courage to find them, then live by them. Try different things until you find a few things you really like to do, things that give you a thrill when you do, kind of like a life orgasm. You're not ejaculating sexual energy but life energy. It makes you feel really good. Fear makes life boring because you don't want to try new things. Create a creative space to try things. Ideas are an energetic life form. When you have them, you feel enchanted. An idea is a magical feeling that lights your creative juices. Make your ideas come to life. Creativity is an end itself. Do it for the way it makes you feel. Creativity is a lifelong venture for naturally inspired people. Find your rhythm and keep it. Take rest periods, but don't stop pursuing your passions. Keep learning about your craft. Learn from mistakes and failure. Frustration is part of the process. The fun part is when you're deeply absorbed in the creative process, being yourself without self-consciousness. Many artists suffer depression because they start out so naive, thinking that they can change society or the human race. The wise people live their lives regardless of other human beings. The tortured artists feel bad because they think society sucks and no one cares no matter what they do. You live for yourself. God made you for you. I live as myself. I don't waste my time on the small minds around me. Creativity is playing at life, Being Yourself. A summary of the book The War of Art by Stephen Pressfield, 2002. en.wikipedia.org/wiki/the_war_of_art_book. goodreads.com/book/show/1319.the_war_of_art. thepowermoves.com/the-war-of-art. selfdevelopmentsecrets.com/the-war-of-art-summary. There is a sequel to this book titled Do the Work. The War of Art highlights the loneliness that original thinkers face when they think they have a good idea but no one seems to care. I've seen videos of Jacques Fresco from the 1970s to shortly before his death talking about his dream city. It was too much a dream. Be thankful for the day. Live for now and enjoy it. Then I see Jordan Maxwell crying on few radio talk shows about how poor he is now after a lifetime of searching for true knowledge that never yielded him a lot of money. Everyone is afraid. So what? Feel the fear and do it. Let your dreams drive you. Focus on your work. Enjoy what you do regardless of outcome. Day in day out, commit to your creative work. Do you feel you're not doing what you were born to do? There is financial security in a job. I say don't listen to all the loopy self-help gurus who say follow your dreams. I say keep your day job, experiment with your creative aptitude in your off time. It's easy. Stop watching TV or doing that other frivolous stuff you do for entertainment. We have two lives. The real world. Our fantasies, the unlived life within us. Look in your heart. Discover your inner voice and live by it. When I was a teenager, I was caught up in an infrastructure of my brothers, their friends, and my friends. I concluded they were all kind of lame, so I went off and did my own thing alone. I joined the YMCA alone. I spent a lot of time in that weight room by myself. This was before working out was a mainstream thing. I wanted to do long bike rides, so I did them. I did a lot of things like that while my brothers and all the buds simply hung around together doing not much of anything. I didn't care. I just know what I wanted to do. Your friends and family want a generic friend to hang with, not an independent thinker doing their own thing, but there can be loneliness there if you're weak. I know that I and everyone is a loner. I enjoy being active. I'm not self-conscious. I don't give a crap. I don't know what loneliness is because I'm happy alone in my own thoughts, which is how I'll die. I will keep moving until then. Have passion and love for the pure you. Become the person you want to be. If you're not strong, you won't pursue your true desires. You'll get a job which will wear you out, then you will go home to be entertained by some frivolous junk and engage in some addiction like food, drugs, booze, etc. Procrastination is for wimps. Rest is good when you need it. If you go hard at anything, you need a rest. Fight the fear and insecurity. Be wary of fear. Fear of failure. Self-doubt. Procrastination. The best thing you can do is say to yourself, I am this person, i.e., an artist, an athlete, a macho man, etc. Then live it. Don't be a pretender. All true people with strong identities put the time in to do whatever it is they do. It's not like those punks I see on the airwaves sometimes who say I'm a very strong person. Everybody says that. Anybody can say anything. I do for me, for the way I feel when I do the hard physical and creative things I do. I don't talk about myself to others or create some silly social media profile calling myself an artist or the guy I saw calling himself a fitness fanatic. The true pure human being is simply active at what they do most days until they die. It's not an artificial thing like you need to set goals and hype yourself up. You just find the music or flow within yourself and live it out. Fuck the world with its bullshit. Be true to yourself. A summary of the book The Alchemist, a novel by Paulo Coelho, 1988. selfdevelopmentsecrets.com/the-alchemist-summary. en.wikipedia.org/wiki/the_alchemist_novel Goodreads.com/book/show/1814459 metaphysicsecret.com/book/the-alchemist.pdf sparknotes.com/lit/the-alchemist/summary. The Alchemist is a novel of life lessons. Santiago is a shepherd in Andalusia, Spain. He has a dream about treasure in the pyramids of Egypt. Santiago meets the king of Salem, Melchizedek, who encourages him to go for the treasure. Santiago goes on the trip where he parallels exactly what Joseph Campbell said about the hero's journey. The hero always starts off as a naive person with good intentions who goes into the world and gets beaten up by it. The real heroes say, "Fuck you world, I'm good, I'm gonna live my life true to myself like the proverbial phoenix rising from the ashes." All the wimpy people say, "I've had enough. I will conform. I will take on a little job somewhere, earn a living and be happy." Santiago gets robbed, then finds a job and makes some money. He becomes complacent, so he resumes his journey to the pyramid. He meets an Englishman in search of an alchemist by the oasis near the pyramids. They go there where Santiago thwarts some thieves. Santiago is rewarded. Santiago is later captured and taken to a military camp. After several adventures, Santiago discovers that treasure is not at the pyramids. Treasure is following your dreams or doing what you want in the present moment. Don't worry about the future or regret the past. Watch out for your intuition or inner voice. Do not give up when you fail. Always take action. When you succeed, others also do. He goes off on this new age bullshit that I don't buy, which is when you want something, the universe conspires in helping you to achieve it. It's not true. The human race is a race of broken dreams. The truly cool people are the ones who detach from what the world calls success, the high life or good living, and do what they want because it makes them feel good. 4 lessons at medium.com/@jeremy-divinity/4-powerful-life-lessons-from-the-alchemist-30171835993 Dreams are the language of God. Do what God created for. Do what you do because it is what your heart and soul desire. When you fail, keep going. Don't quit. Makshub means everything that happens for a reason. Don't fret over anything. Just keep active. The happiest things are simple, like for me, it's swimming. Be passionate. Be you. Don't be afraid to fail. Overcome fear. Follow your personal legend. 10 life lessons at paulocoelho.com/2015/10-powerful-life-lessons-from-the-alchemist. Fear is a bigger obstacle than the obstacle. Truth will always endure. Break the monotony. Embrace the present. Success has a ripple effect. Make the decision to do something. Think great thoughts. Keep going. Focus on your own journey. Always take action. A summary of the book Mastery by Robert Greene, 2013. selfdevelopmentsecrets.com/mastery-summary. Pursue your passion. Do what you really like to do that has some worth, value, beauty, nobility, or a feeling of goodness to it. Most people deviate from their true nature when they go out to work and make money. Do what you love to do that can be useful to others and earn money. If you can't find anything like this, do what you love anyway because it's who you really are. Choose a career in something you like to do. Experiment to discover what you like to do. Once you find what you like to do, set on a course of doing it and getting good at it. The people around you are irrelevant to finding your true nature. Be nice to them, but focus on doing what you want, not what others say. Awaken your creative mind. To become creative, you need the mind of a child. Be exploratory and curious.